The VKK. Here are some quick tips to penning this beast of a tank. Once you know where to aim, this tank is much less of a threat. The weak spots make the tank very vulnerable to anyone who knows where to shoot. Some of the instinctive choices are the lower plate, commander's hatch, and sides. If you have trouble penning these places on the VKK, this is why. The commander's hatch is narrow and angled starting at 120 millimeters. There are much easier targets to aim for unless you have a very accurate gun. And the VKK isn't wiggling. Even still, it can be hard. The lower plate sits at 230 millimeters slightly angled, increasing the armor thickness. The upper plate 240 millimeters angled. The front plate that is perpendicular to the ground may seem like a great second option, but the armor there is the thickest armor on the tank, sitting at 300 millimeters. So unless you're a Jaegeru, I'd suggest some of the other options. The sides of the tank sit at 160 millimeters, including the angled sides of the turret. These are your best bets. Keep in mind that the side of the body of the tank are also angled, so depending on where you hit from, you can change its penetration values. A segment of lower plate all the way on the bottom is also 160 millimeters, but even more angled than other frontal plates, and difficult to hit. The best place to aim is the sides of the body of the tank and the sides of the turret, as well as the back of the tank. Be aware the back of the turret has a square panel with 140 millimeters slightly angled, increasing its armor. And since it's taller than many tanks, you will most likely be looking up at it, adding additional angle to the armor. The rear lower plate has only 120 millimeters angled, increasing its armor thickness, and the back of the body is 160 millimeters. Since this armor isn't angled, it won't have any increase to armor thickness due to angle of penetration. The neck and a single spot on the back right of the turret contain the ammo racks. In practice, it's a good idea to aim at the sides of the neck of the tank, which are protected by only 160 millimeters of armor, in the hopes to also cause ammo rack damage. My favorite is the square around the gun that is only protected by 120 and 160 millimeters of angled armor. If you aim for the flat parts and the indents, it's easier to pen. And the inside of the gun barrel is doable, but in the heat of a game, if you can make that shot, you're one lucky duck. Keep in mind the area under the turret will turn your reticle red, implying that you can pen, but it's a slice of spaced armor that's misleading and won't help you. The front right viewport can be penned as well very easily if they are exposed, and if you're accurate enough, may be a better option than the neck. But keep in mind whether you will do more than just damage the module is dependent on your pen. All in all, when desperate and out of premium rounds, just throw high explosive at the weak spots, and try to avoid getting ammo racked yourself. Once you start consistently penning the VKK, it will feel less like a VK Fortress and more like a VK Cake. Hit that subscribe button, share feedback and video requests in the comments, and I'll see you out there, Commander.